Second down now. It's Peterson, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Third down, Rosen. And that is incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Back near his goal line. Here's Kaepernick. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. To throw is Kaepernick. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Kaepernick to throw again. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Kaepernick now to throw. That's complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. To throw, Kaepernick. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick finding Hardman here over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now Kaepernick. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Making an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. Here's Kaepernick to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Gesicki. Caps go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
On 2nd down, Peterson. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Now a short one to Gesicki. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And this offense on third down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things going in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Rosen off the play action. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, these guys' countenance, I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And now it's Rosen looking. It's caught by Roberts. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They give it to Peterson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Rosen on first down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Rosen to throw. Caught, Eifert over, and he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, so far, just the single catch. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The throw over the middle, taken in. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Pressure comes and down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40. 10. Touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Caps are able to add on to that lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Rosen looking to throw.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And this is caught. It's Brown. And touchdown! Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Caps are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Zuerlein now for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Rosen toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Handoff comes to Peterson. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Here's Hardman to return.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now let's discuss Antonio Brown as he heads back out there now. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take...
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. From the gun, it's Rosen. Caught by Sanu. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Now Rosen. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Hardman on the return.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Let's see now what Colin Kaepernick has been up to so far in this game. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
To throw, Kaepernick. He finds his target. It's Matthews. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now Kaepernick again. And down inside the 15 he goes.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Kaepernick going to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Caps have got it on cruise control.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now Zuerlein on and the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Rosen. Throw left side complete. That's Peterson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Rosen to throw on 3rd down. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. Here's Kaepernick. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Kaepernick now on first down. Now a short one to Gesicki. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and 5.
Hey, check back 16. Check back 16.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
129 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now Kaepernick. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw, it's Kaepernick. That is caught inside the 5. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. He's got it. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Rosen will throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Joe Tryon. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. This offense so far on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd down and 4. They'll go again with Bell. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll look to throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give to Bell. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Bell. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, they were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it, and that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. To throw is Rosen. Here's a screen to Powell. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Rosen. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Throwing again, it's Rosen. He's got a man. It's Tajae Sharp. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. From the 25 on 2nd down, Rosen. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
2nd down and goal. Rosen. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Point after try forthcoming. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. A 10-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Hardman on the return.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now we'll see what the big tight end Mike Gesicki and the rest of the offense has in store. And we see here the productivity certainly has decreased from the start of the game, but sometimes people forget these tight ends, they can do more than just catch the football.
That is so true, because now when things start to happen and you're not getting the ball as much, maybe you change your focus on the game. Maybe you become a very good decoy. Maybe you block a little bit more. But sometimes you have such a great first half, you expect it to continue to roll, and it doesn't just happen that easily in the second.
Now they have been able to shut him down, at least as of late. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. Bell, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Bell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And this one brought in by Sanu. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. That is caught. It's Tajae Sharpe. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Rosen to throw again. Got a man right side. It's Sharpe. Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. Roberts got it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the home team here, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.